Happy International Bath Day! It may seem strange that something so routine is honored with its own day, so let's start by saying that International Bath Day is not the only day of the year you should take a bath. It is not in the spirit of this holiday to make everyone else try to keep upwind of you. You can either use some Dove and a loofah on your own, or they'll help you out with Clorox and a Brillo pad. Special days like this are what you make of them. It's not about your baths or showers themselves. It's about doing something that makes you feel happiest to be alive, something that is just for you and nobody else. And you don't even need to take the whole day to celebrate it. All you need is an hour to make this sudsy escape from the world. But how did this day come about? Well, because one day, very long ago, a nerd took a bath who was none other than the legendary mathematician, scientist, and scholar Archimedes. While settling his bum in the basin, he noticed that an object's volume could be accurately measured by being submerged in water. And upon this discovery, he leaped out of the bathtub and yelled, "Eureka! Eureka!" as he ran through the streets of Syracuse. All the while, his neighbors are yelling back, "Put some damn clothes on!" The legend says this day was exactly 1 week before the beginning of summer, which is June 21st. So we get June 14th. Awesome, right? So, what does a Greek on a streak mean for you today? With our constantly connected world, it can be hard to find ways to escape the noise and find solitude with our own thoughts. While you may never have any profound moments in the bathtub or shower like Archimedes had, you can still use it as an opportunity to disconnect with everyone else and reconnect with yourself. Phones aren't water friendly, and unless you're in a locker room, it's not hard to get the bathroom to yourself for a bit. More often than not, showers are treated as just a utilitarian act that takes time away from more important things and makes us late for work. We rush through them mainly trying to keep the soap out of our eyes, or we completely zone out into the depths of our anxieties in anticipation of just needing to get through another day. And 45 minutes disappears and the water bill skyrockets. Rather than waste it on morning on-way, take this time for you. There are so many ways you can enjoy it and make it a beneficial part of your day, apart from just smelling good afterwards. If it's in the morning, you can build in a few minutes for meditation and mindfulness to help you prepare for the day to come. You'll step out into the world feeling like $1,000,000. Or if it's in the evening, reflect on the day you've had, plan how you can take action on things you learned, or resolve things you might have done better. Wash off the day's grit so you can begin anew tomorrow. Many of you will just use this time as your personal American Idol performance.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. Bo-bo-bo-dee-o.
But that's fine too. Sometimes you just have to let it all out, even if it's in the wrong key or off the beat. With the water flowing, you won't even be able to tell that you're making the shower tiles cry. If that helps you get pumped for the day or unwind at the end, do it. If you can't be yourself in the shower, then where can you be? A few of you will use your showers to get a physical boost too. That means cold. Taking cold showers have tons of physical and mental benefits if you're brave enough to do it. I haven't had a hot shower in almost 18 months. I have been showering, I promise, but I have survived. After a while, it becomes refreshing and helps me get energized and focused for the day. Plus, it really helps keep showers short since you're not going to zone out while your skin is turning blue. And because your body is tensed up, you look pretty jacked when you step out. So, if you're taking your next bathroom mirror selfie for your Tinder profile, take a cold shower first. I'm happy to talk about the benefits of cold showers in a future video, but until then, go check out Wim Hof, otherwise known as the Iceman. It's a tough habit to build, but it's surprisingly easy to maintain once everything goes numb. So, whether your clean routine is first thing in the morning or right before bed, or you're one of those special cases that does both, I hope you have a great day and take the time for yourself to relax and reset. International Bath Day isn't just about staying physically clean, but mentally and emotionally refreshed too. Whatever you do with your time behind the curtain, make the best use of it for yourself, because as soon as you turn the water off, it's time to step back into reality, and it's a dirty world out there. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to talk about in the future, please drop a comment below or shoot us an email at info@fitandable.net. And if you don't mind, please share this with your friends and family. They might hear something that helps them too. As always, thank you for racing with Fit and Able. Happy Smile Power Day! A smile a day keeps so many bad things away, we can't possibly list them all here, but we do have a few minutes to talk about the benefits. Smile Power Day is the perfect excuse to shine your pearly whites, show off those dimples, and make your eyes sparkle. And no, you can't just text a smiley face or an emoticon. That's cold and cheating. The smile is a symbol of happiness and vitality, a beacon of hope, and an expression of emotion. So take advantage of this day, where it's okay to spam your friends, family, and Facebook with selfies. Just make sure you brush your teeth first, though. What is the power of a smile, you might ask? Well, there are physical and mental benefits for both the giver and receiver of a lovely smile. No doubt we have all been told to smile more before. I certainly have, and it's true. So here's why smiling isn't just good for you, but for everyone else too. When we smile, we automatically trigger our autonomic nervous system, which releases endorphins to trigger happy hormones. But smiling at someone else offers a chance for them too to feel the same happy hormones as well. It's hard to imagine an easier and more uplifting win-win situation, right? Smiling is one of the fastest ways to form a bond and connection between two people. Hugs might cement that connection, but would you hug someone you haven't at least shared a smile with first? I don't think so. Showing off your grin also makes you more attractive. Have you ever wanted to walk up to someone who is scowling? Not if you didn't have to, I'd bet. Smiling is attractive to both sexes and highlights both your personality and radiates warmth to others. And the best part is, smiling is contagious. The only time that something contagious is good for you. It encourages and promotes a happy and healthy atmosphere and brings a sense of community. So, just start every day with a smile and share that smile with strangers. You never know when it will bring a little cheer to an otherwise dismal day, or help you meet someone special, or bring those around you together. Smiling also has plenty of physical benefits for you as well, including boosting your immune system, lowering your blood pressure, relieving stress, and it can even ease pain. Again, this is mostly due to releasing the happy hormone we spoke about before. So, smiling more often can improve your health and keep you in a more relaxed state. I'm sure that alone will keep you smiling for a long time. On the outside, smiling can and will make you look younger. Don't worry about those laugh lines. What you don't want are those frown lines, which can make us look tired, withdrawn, and perpetually grumpy. Smiling works all those facial muscles to keep them supple and all our beautiful mugs looking sweet and sanguine. Practice smiling as part of your skincare routine. What's under your skin is an important part of your face too, and you can instantly cut that Botox bill. And you know this is true too. We can all think of someone we know whose face is never without a smile and who lights up the room when they enter. Immediately, everyone else is at ease and spirits are lifted. We also know those people who can't possibly be bothered to look happy. Their faces are constantly twisted into a scowl and they bring gloom everywhere they go. And they are about as miserable to be around as they look. In fact, I can think of one person in particular who I've never seen smile, and if they did, I'd probably have nightmares about it. And the way they behave and treat others around them follows the same negative suit. You would cross the street if you saw them coming. Never before had I believed that classic motherly admonition that if you keep making that face, it's going to stick that way, until I met this individual. But I have now seen the truth of it, and I make sure to crack a smile every day now to avoid that grumpy fate. But most importantly, when you crack a smile today, remember that it's not Smile Power Day unless you can put a smile on someone else's face too. We are the only creatures on this planet who can genuinely smile, so take advantage of that superpower and be the one who starts a chain of smiles today, and be proud knowing you have created a bit more joy in the world. As always, if you have any questions or topics you'd like me to talk about in the future, please drop a comment below or shoot us an email at info@fitenenabled.net. And if you don't mind, please share this with your friends and family. They might hear something that can help them too. And as always, thank you for racing with Fit and Able, and have a great day. Happy Fresh Veggie Day! Fresh Veggie Day is celebrated in early summer when the tastiest new season vegetables start to become plentiful. It's a great kickoff to the rest of the summer, acting as a reminder to look out for fresh local vegetables to add to the table all throughout the season. Fresh vegetables are a great way to enjoy unique delights each season of the year to keep your dinners interesting and festive. Unless you're vegetarian, eating enough fruits and vegetables is probably something most of us struggle with every day. According to the WHO, individuals should get a minimum of 400 grams of vegetables and fruit each day. Super starchy ones like French fries do not count. I am certainly no example to follow, as I've got over 10 pounds of ground chuck in my fridge to make a ton of chili later today. But please, take this opportunity to be better than me. Maybe instead of tortilla chips, though, I'll pick up some kale chips instead. That sounds good, right? If the produce section at the grocery store is too close to the cookie aisle for you to avoid temptation, there are many other ways that you can get down with the veggies. First, you can take a trip to a local farmer's market and stock up on whatever happens to be right. You might be able to bag some free recipe ideas too. Also, it's super fun to actually speak to the person who grew those vegetables. You'll be able to learn about all the great things you can do with the produce and get suggestions for other great foods you can pair with them. Plus, there will be likely other local businesses represented at a farmer's market, such as bakers, honey harvesters, jam makers, local coffee roasters, and much more. It's a fun way to support local businesses and be healthy in the process. I would highly recommend the one by NC State, though, which has tons of variety and an amazing country breakfast place, too. It may even be possible to go to a farm and pick your own produce directly. Why not get some friends together and plan a day of it? Go pick some berries, take a picnic, maybe even pet a goat. The possibilities are endless. Depending on the particular location you pick, farms may have seasonal offerings that include fresh fruit and vegetables. For many of us who are of age, the last farm we went to was likely a vineyard with a wine tasting at the end. But there are lots of farms just outside the triangle where you can pick all kinds of other goodies to make tasty treats too. If you aren't up for some adventure though, you can also get fresh produce delivered right to your door. With just a few clicks on your phone, you can get great food brought to you so you can be the healthiest hermit on your block. If this sounds like a good option for you, I would recommend the Produce Box, a local company that sources produce from local farmers. Plus, the Produce Box has provided lots of delicious bananas from many Fit and Able races, which we greatly appreciate, so you've likely already sampled their wares before. Of course, if you really want the most hands-on approach to your food, you can start your own garden. Just make sure you give yourself some time because this is not as fast as a dash to the store. Most gardeners will confess that nothing beats the pride, satisfaction, and taste of homegrown vegetables. And seed clubs and gardening forums make it easy and affordable for a person to cultivate their own weird and wonderful varieties of fresh vegetables. Gardeners always love to share their knowledge with others. But be careful, because green thumbs can be contagious, and a hobby that starts in a humble pot on the porch may soon grow to be a greenhouse and hydroponic system taking up the whole backyard. There's hardly anything tastier than eating a vegetable or fruit from a garden that you have personally grown, though. People who want to lengthen the growing season and get a jump start can begin earlier in the spring by sowing seeds in small containers inside. Then, when the weather warms in the local area, these little seedlings can be moved outside. Gardening is also a great activity for the whole family. You can teach your kids something new, get them outside in the sun and fresh air, and let them get as dirty as they want, which they always love. So, to wrap up, getting your daily dose of green stuff can be tough. But if you can find more fun ways to engage with your food or the growing process, you'll soon find yourself looking forward to the stuff on your plate that didn't once walk the earth. And if you still need some encouragement, keep in mind that God has yet to create a vegetable that you can't cover in butter, cheese, or ranch dressing. So tonight, while I'm working my way through the second bowl of hot, meaty chili, I know you will be savoring that celery and crushing some carrots. Eat well, live well. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to talk about in the future, please drop a comment below or shoot me an email, info@fitandable.net. And if you don't mind, please share this video with your friends or family. They might hear something that helps them too. As always, thank you for racing with Fit and Able. Happy Garbage Man Day! This may sound like a strange one, but just imagine what the world would be like if you had to live without the services of your local friendly garbage professional. There would be mountains of trash piled up outside every home and business, and the smell alone would put us back into lockdown. Fortunately, there is a group of tenacious and dedicated people with large payload trucks out there who periodically collect and dispose of your refuse. Although the modern garbage day pretty much looks like a guy playing a mobile arcade claw machine, some of you may remember when it was a guy hanging off the back of the truck who actually had to pick up those old school steel cans. Garbage Day, therefore, is a chance for everyone to stop whatever they are doing and spend a little time appreciating the hard work of these diligent souls. And it's not just the guys on the trucks, but everyone throughout the entire disposal process, from collections to recycling to landfills. With their help, cities can safely rid themselves of potentially dangerous and hazardous waste products and maintain public health. Plus, a lot of that stuff can be safely recycled for use in new products or used for alternative energy sources, which helps the environment too. But it's not just about garbage men or other civil servants who keep our communities clean. Today has a broader opportunity to appreciate all those people who do things for us, whether we see them or not, or even know they exist, that help make our lives better. Without diminishing any of us individually, I think it's fair in many ways to say that we are all just tiny cogs of a giant machine. And let's call that machine society. Some of our cogs may be relatively bigger or smaller than others, but without the wide variety of cogs doing their part, the whole machine would grind to a halt. There are many things we enjoy in our lives each day, week, or month that we take for granted and pay little mind to, even if we peripherally catch a glimpse of them in action. When you walk into a grocery store, those shelves were not fully stocked by themselves. Your mail and packages don't just magically appear at your house. Even turning on the tap to fill a glass of water has a lot more behind it than you may think. We gladly reap these benefits and rarely reflect on everything that goes into what it takes to make it all happen. Even when we do see a store clerk stocking shelves, or the postal jeep zipping around, or a road getting torn up to lay new utilities, we more often than not just take them as a matter of course, or dismiss it as just someone doing their job, or even get upset for having traffic delays due to the construction. But these people are all providing valuable services to us, both large and small, and it's worth taking a moment to appreciate that. Consider how hard it would be to make a simple ham and cheese sandwich if you had to do it all yourself. Grow the wheat, raise the pigs and cows, grow the vegetables, harvest the wheat, mill the flour, slaughter the pigs, milk the cows, make the cheese, pick the vegetables, bake the bread, make yourself a plate, pump water to wash that plate, walking to and from the farm, the miller, the garden, your house, etc., etc., etc. It's exhausting just typing out the tasks, and I'm sure I forgot a few. After all that hard work, not to mention the months it would take, you'd be too tired to even eat that sandwich. In fact, you might even resent it. Instead, with a 15-minute dash to the store, you can pick up your bread, meat, and cheese, or just order it all online for same-day delivery, and have clean running water to wash up afterwards. If you take some time to think about it, it's all pretty amazing what we enjoy today, and there are thousands and thousands of people behind the scenes that make it all possible. You don't need to go out and thank them all. Just take a moment to appreciate the modern blessings you enjoy and everyone who is involved with them. And if they all did the same, no doubt you would be receiving some appreciation for your part in it too. If you have any questions or topics you'd like to talk about in the future, please drop a comment below or shoot me an email at info@fitenable.net. And if you don't mind, please share this with your friends and family. They might hear something that helps them in it too. As always, thank you for racing with Fit and Able. Happy Go Fishing Day! Picture this. The sun is just beginning to rise over the horizon, painting the sky a vivid palette of reds and oranges. The quiet buzz of insects can be heard as they dance over the water's surface, punctuated occasionally by the splash of a fish breaking the surface for its morning meal, unknowing that it is destined to become a meal itself. Go Fishing Day celebrates quiet, meditative moments like this and those individuals who find solace in the pursuit of this elusive prey. We have certainly all fished before. Fished for compliments, fished for the right thing to say, fished for a decent wine to go with our Sunday roast. But the act of fishing is indeed considered an actual sport. It's a sport that is easy to pick up but hard to master as it requires patience, strength, and knowledge. Just like fresh vegetables we talked about the other day, fishing is a great way to help add food to your table while having the satisfaction of knowing that you caught it yourself, as well as a wonderful bonding opportunity for friends and family. But we aren't here today to talk about the fish themselves. I'm more interested in the positive benefits activities like fishing have on us, both mentally and physically, based on the skill and diligence they require. So often these days we get caught up in the fast-moving, instant gratification activities of life that we become almost allergic to anything that requires us to slow down and progress at what feels like a glacial pace towards competence, let alone even mastery. Activities that require deliberate and intentional work over long periods of time can have real and meaningful benefits for us. Some of the biggest physical benefits include boosting the immune system. Yes, that's a fact. If you're doing something that you love, then your body is healing and strengthening itself constantly. Add this to the muscular strength you need to reel in that big one on the line, and you're really working your cardiovascular system also. Plus, Being out in nature with some fresh air and vitamin D dosing sunshine does the body good in so many ways too. After all, we're still just animals, and our bodies reward us for getting up from our desks and immersing ourselves back in our natural roots. All these bodily feel-goods transfer internally too. Being outside, doing something you love, even when you aren't making any catches, will help you relax. For those who have a little bit of a short temper, you could choose fishing as a way to tame that fiery temperament and learn how to chill the F out. Practicing patience promotes a calm nature, which is beneficial for you mentally and physically. It can lower blood pressure and allow you to feel more calm and ready to tackle life long after you get home. It will help promote self-reliance and the ability to learn more for yourself, and it's a sport that can be enjoyed individually or with family. As you can guess, you can enjoy these benefits with many activities, not just fishing. But you have to find activities that meet at least some of these criteria. First, you need to get out of your regular habitat, which means either your home or work. You need to get someplace where you, 1, aren't surrounded by all the regular stressors of daily life, and 2, aren't surrounded by all the things we use to distract ourselves. When we put ourselves in an unfamiliar environment, our brains are scientifically proven to get primed to absorb new experiences, focus, and learn better. You don't even need to go out to the middle of nowhere. Even just going to a new coffee shop is enough to trigger that reaction. Next, these activities shouldn't be something you can master in a weekend. You want something that you can go both broad and deep on, so there's plenty for you to explore over time. You want something that will require patience and diligence to progress to greater levels of competency and skill. These are the kinds of activities that will give you those mental and emotional boosts. Finally, and this is the optional one, you want an activity that involves some physical component. This doesn't necessarily mean requiring strength or endurance, but something that you can do with your hands and not just on your computer. This includes many sporting or outdoor activities, crafting, or other manual skill-based hobbies. Using your hands to create things, to solve problems, or just make something happen unlocks a whole host of psychological benefits. This is especially true for men who also experience testosterone boosts from manual tasks. Anyway, I think you get the point. Everyone can celebrate Go Fishing Day whether or not you cast a line. As any good fisherman can tell you, it's never about the fish. It's about the experience. The fish is a reward for patience and skill, but even if you don't catch one, it doesn't mean you failed, and you can still have a great time. As always, if you have any questions or topics you'd like to hear about in the future, please drop a comment below or shoot me an email at info@fitenabled.net. And if you don't mind, please share this with your friends or family. They might hear something that helps them in it. And as always, thank you for racing with Fit and Able. Happy Sauntering Day! No, I didn't just mumble Happy Saturday, but I hope yours is off to a great start. I know you've got tons of great stuff planned for the day, so I will keep this short. The world around us is moving at such a hectic pace that we often forget to slow down and smell the proverbial roses. We are even walking faster, putting every ounce of haste we can into what is otherwise the most leisurely mode of locomotion. How frustrating is it to get stuck behind someone you feel could be dusted by a turtle? But this day isn't just an opportunity for us to remember to walk. It is, more importantly, an opportunity for us to take a genuinely relaxed tack to the day and choose to saunter through it rather than sprint. Oddly enough, we have a speed craze to thank for this day. This holiday was formed by W.T. Rabe in 1979 as a response to the sworn enemy of the saunter, jogging, which was really starting to take off then. The whole thinking behind the day was to get people to slow down a little and take more note of the world around them. To saunter is to walk along in a slow and relaxed manner. Jogging, in his view, was a grueling attack on the body. Rapidity and effort drained all the joy out of movement by making each step as painful as possible. Sauntering was, in his view, unquestionably superior. Rabe's son once said, "Sauntering, as my father would say, is going from point X to point Z, which means you don't care where you're going, how you're going, or when you might get there." The idea, he said, was to smell the roses and to pay attention to the world around you. You may be asking why a company called Fit and Able is promoting an activity that is the antithesis of jogging. But there's far more to this than just avoiding strenuous exercise. Taking it easy so you can be present in the moment without concern for what lays ahead will help you feel that the weight of the world has been lifted from your shoulders. You walk free from the stress and strain and can focus on the pure joy of the act. It is more meditative and contemplative. You have the opportunity to experience life to the fullest instead of feeling puffed out and tired. Not only will you feel invigorated, but you may spot things you wouldn't have noticed otherwise. The birds singing, the flowers blooming, or the unexpected love of your life brushing past you on the street. It is the antithesis of jogging, a painful act that robs you of your experience of the outside world, where you are focused on keeping up the pace and your senses are dulled by the repetitive pounding of feet and heavy breathing. Your mind is so intent on reaching the end so that you can finally stop that you get tunnel vision that blocks out everything around you. That's not to say that jogging is bad for you by any means, but if it's all you do, especially when you're outside, then you very well may miss out on some of the wonderful things that enrich our world. As Henry David Thoreau said, "I think that I cannot preserve my health and spirits unless I spend 4 hours a day at least, and it is commonly more than that, sauntering through the woods and over the hills and fields, absolutely free from all worldly engagements." What better day is there to go for a good saunter or even a meandering bike ride than a Saturday? Let the stresses of your week go and get primed for a great weekend. If you have any questions or topics you'd like to hear about in the future, please drop a comment below or shoot us an email at info@fitenenabled.net. And if you don't mind, please share this with your friends and family, as they might hear something in it that helps them too. As always, thank you for racing with Fit and Able.